As First Lady, she opened a conversation on subjects once banned from the dinner table and around the water cooler. She confided feelings of emptiness while struggling to reconcile her personal needs against the obligations exacted of the political wife. She acknowledged seeking professional counseling. She distinguished vulnerability from weakness. And she transformed the role of First Lady to reflect not just a husband, but a country that had come a long way, baby.
It has been said before, but when it comes to First Ladies, Betty Ford broke the mold.
24 Hour News 8's Joe LaFurgey is live in Grand Rapids tonight with that part of the story. Joe?
Brian, so Richard Norton Smith really set the right stage for this story. Betty Ford really defined the modern day First Lady through both her candor and her courage.
I think all women are brave. We have to be, because we have an important role. We're in the majority, and we have responsibilities.
Betty Ford believed that with all her heart and put that belief into action time and time again. Even if some of that action, like her support for gay rights, abortion, and the Equal Rights Amendment, may have hurt her husband politically.
Why should my husband's job or yours prevent us from being ourselves?
The ERA has yet to pass the 38 states needed for ratification. She told Wood TV8 in this 2000 interview she still managed to find some success in that effort.
My role as far as working for the Equal Rights Amendment went on even after I left the White House. I think just as we look around today and see the women in all kinds of careers and professions, we maybe didn't pass the Equal Rights Amendment, but we gained a lot of ground in the recognition of women and their abilities.
To truly realize what was so special about Betty Ford's time as First Lady, you have to remember the time. It was the mid-1970s. The country was still reeling from the murk and distrust caused by Watergate. Betty Ford was the perfect antidote.
She was talking about some of the things that people thought about themselves that never talked about it.
Marty Allen is chairman emeritus of the Gerald R. Ford Foundation.
She would be on 60 Minutes and say things that probably most First Ladies wouldn't, but talked about, drugs in her family, that might be on, talked about her children, relationship, with those kind of things. And so everybody had built this wonderful relationship. They wanted to hear what she had to say.
But Mrs. Ford's candor wasn't limited to the social controversies of the day. She was talking about deeply personal issues that affected her life and the lives of so many other Americans, like breast cancer. Unlike most Americans, Mrs. Ford had a very public pulpit, and she used her personal battles to save others.
Women who would never have gone for a mammogram now were lining up to have their checkup. I didn't realize that I would become more or less a role model for people as far as breast cancer was concerned. That was just something that came into my life, and I felt very positive about sharing it. And after that experience, when I became dependent on prescription drugs and alcohol, I felt the same thing as being important to share.
In April of 1978, just over a year after leaving the White House, the Fords revealed the First Lady's lingering battle with alcohol and prescription drug addiction.
At that time, I knew very little about my disease, and I certainly never imagined that I'd become a spokesperson in educating the public about alcoholism.
In 1982, the Betty Ford Center opened in Rancho Mirage, California. Betty Ford became a noun, as in, I'm going to Betty Ford. Thousands with dependence issues, from Hollywood stars to the guy or gal next door, were treated. Countless others realized it's okay to admit they had a problem and got the help they need. It seemed part of Betty Ford's DNA was to use both her trials and triumphs as a way to help others.
If you give yourself to making the best of your role in life, you'll find a great deal of happiness.
Of course, the one thing that would make her happy in her later years, and this is talked during the funeral, was to be back with her boyfriend, of course, Gerald Ford. And tonight, they're together. Live from the Gerald R. Ford Presidential Museum, Joe LaFurgey, 24 Hour News 8.
He had incredible wisdom, Joe. Thank you. If you have not had the opportunity to head down to the museum or line the streets, there are still ways that you can honor and learn more about Betty Ford. The Ford Presidential Museum in downtown Grand Rapids is home to several permanent exhibits about the lives of Gerald and Betty Ford, and now is home to both of their grave sites. The museum is open every day from 9 to 5. Admission is $7 for adults, $6 for senior citizens and military service members, $5 for college students, $3 for kids ages 6 through 18, and free for children under the age of 5. Free parking is also available. Brian?
Change of scenery now. We're down here in the 24-hour News 8 newsroom, which has been a lot of the hub of a lot of activity, a lot of the news gathering over the past week. One of the great resources is woodtv.com. A lot of us probably found out about this online. Tim Steele, web managing editor for us here at woodtv.com. It's been a great resource, Tim, because there is so much there to dig through and to spend your time with. Give us a little idea of what we can still find there.
Well, we've got a whole bunch of stuff on the homepage, Brian. Let's take a look at that, and then we'll show you the complete coverage that we have. Right now, we're streaming this as we speak, so you can click this link and watch you and me talk. Right now, on the top of our homepage, we've got a bunch of the photos. We've got the video of the motorcade and the main story about how we did that. Down here, of course, we've got more extras and a link to the full coverage. And if you click that link, it takes you right here to the entire section that we've put together. Complete Betty Ford coverage, the story there, the video of the entire funeral is there, other stories, tweets from around the country, videos that we've done, all kinds of stories, another photo gallery, a memorial on Facebook. It's all right there. All you got to do is look for it right on the homepage, Brian.
Again, it's so comprehensive. I spent a lot of time with it last night, actually preparing for today, looking through all that stuff. Great job, Tim. Great resource
Thanks, Brian.
as well.
Thanks.
Check
It's
it
been a
out
pleasure.
at woodtv.com. Sue?
Our special program, A First Lady's Farewell, continues right after the break. We're taking a closer look into Betty Ford's fight against breast cancer and how she changed the face of the disease. But first, these thoughts on the former First Lady.
Betty Ford is a person that faced her difficulties in life and came out and became an example for others, for all Americans, to face their problems openly and find solutions for them.
And she really brought attention to kind of the debilitating nature of being addicted to various substances, and she was kind of a person you could relate to. I think she gave hope to a lot of people that it was okay to talk about those things and that there might be a way to cure it.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved